What up, guys? Today I'm just gonna go on a little tangent about a 2 year break that I took from the music industry. Basically completely. I didn't really do any promoting. I didn't really do any DJing, and I had just reached sort of a critical time in my life where it's the unhealthiest I'd ever been. I had really no sense of like confidence in myself and self worth, sort of outside of continuing the party, getting booked for gigs, and just a lot of social confirmation of who I was. And this was at a time where majority of my income was also coming from DJing and promoting, and it really takes a toll, and it's a really hard life. Making an income solely off of DJing and promoting. There's just a huge variance between the people that bubble up to the top, that have found avenues to monetize easily, and then people that are struggling to sort of make ends meet. And when you're focused on paying rent or paying bills, then it takes away a lot of the fun and creativity. And I guess it doesn't really take it away, but it morphs it. Now you're at the back of your mind, you're always kind of thinking, is this show gonna sell tickets? Am I gonna book this person because they're the most talented, or because I like them the most, or because I think other people like them the most? I think they'll sell more tickets. It really just kind of becomes this pervasive thing in your entire thought process, from selling tickets to promoting, or even to choosing what I want to play when I DJ. I've sort of always been instilled that playing out 2 times a month is really what I'm going for. Anything more than that, you end up a little bit saturated, in my opinion. Especially if you're counting on a draw of your friends and people that want to come see you, because weekend times are pretty limited. So it's, in a certain way, you want to be respectful of your friends and their time. And if they want to support you, you kind of want to make it so that you're not expecting them to come out every weekend. Not that I expect any of my friends to come out to any of my gigs specifically, but if I wanted them to, I felt like a sense of, not necessarily scarcity, but limiting, you know when I think I can truly give the best performance, and when I can truly be fresh and energetic and provide new music and whatnot. And so I felt like when I was DJing and promoting for a living, I just felt like I had to take every gig. Anytime there's a venue opportunity, I had to seize it, because I was just trying to raise the amount of money that I could make in order to just sustain my lifestyle and pay bills and whatnot. And it really hit a crux around late 2016, early 2017, when I just could not do it anymore. My body was in terrible shape. Some of you that are my close friends, or even other people, might have just seen how rough that I was doing. I was just in a really poor mental state. I was self medicating. It was just sort of a vicious cycle. And I really, at that point, just could not take it anymore. So, I took a big step back. I stopped accepting gigs. I stopped promoting for a night that I had at Q, and I just really took a hard reset. And I actually moved back in with my parents because I really needed to rearrange the way that I saw myself, rearrange the way that I derived value from who I am as a person and what I was contributing to my future and what I was contributing to those around me. And I just felt like there was no way out. I had just gotten so deep, and so, after doing this for, I guess, about 5 years, I think I just sort of lost the reason, the purpose of why I started doing it in the first place, which is for the music and the community, the creative potential, the collaborations, all kind of just fell to the wayside. And I started thinking more about money and partying and social status and just all these other things that really, in the end, are not sustainable. The way you really feel about yourself is what's most important. That's what's going to carry on through the rest of your life, and that's what other people are going to see. And so, after about 2 years off, I sort of rediscovered the music, rediscovered my passion for throwing events and creating community. And it was about that same time that I realized that, I was no longer going to do music for a living. I started applying to corporate jobs, and that's when I took a job at Amazon. Um, basically doing some fraud investigation for them. And at that point, I decided a conscious decision that I was going to have, my means of income, which is going to be work, and then I was going to DJ and promote solely just for reasons that I am passionate for. I'm only going to accept bookings that I really want to take. I'm only going to try to throw a night at a venue that I really feel confident about. And I was only going to, book people and then, work with people that I really wanted to work with, that I really thought were going to create sort of a symbiotic, really meaningful relationship going forward. It took a while to sort of uncouple my brain, although taking about a 2 year hiatus really gave me a fresh restart, but I still found remnants of myself, kind of considering all these other factors that used to just play such a big um, play such a big role in my decision making, that slowly just onset over the, past couple years towards the end of 2016, 2017. So I guess I'm making this video just talking about my experience, and why I've decided to start this YouTube channel is because I think that the next realization for me was, okay, I'm increasing steadily in my career. I moved on from Amazon to a really great opportunity, and what I found myself doing is, I worked really hard for about a year and a half, working anywhere from like 60 to 80-hour weeks to really just sort of set a foundation for myself. And I found that when I took that, whenever I had a long weekend off, or whenever it came to the weekend, all I would do is thinking about going back to music, going back to throwing events, going back to music festivals, creating art again. And I guess it came to full progression about a year and a half ago when I was hanging out with my friend Amelia, and I was feeling a little bit lost. And, she came up with this idea to start this YouTube channel. And, at first I kind of I didn't write it off, but I was like, man, this is the greatest idea ever. And then, we had been drinking a little bit and, went to sleep. And I woke up the next day, look at my phone notes, and I'm like, damn, okay, no, this is an actual idea. So, I've been slowly working on this plan for the past 2 years. And, I've been, getting to know how to use my cameras, learning a little bit about film editing, and just what my next goal in life is to cut out the middleman. So I've been working in order to enjoy these artistic endeavors and travel and whatnot. So I guess my next goal in life is to see if I can do this for a living. It doesn't have to be a lot, and I realize the limitations that sort of money can bring. It can provide a cushion in case of emergencies and whatnot. I guess I don't really have to explain to you what money can provide, but I guess what I've realized is that money, I don't need a lot of money to do what I love. I just need to be able to sustain the bare amount. And, right now my whole goal in life is to basically find a way to snowboard for most of the winter, and then be involved in the music industry, and then go to music festivals and travel all summer and throw events. And, this comes at a time, because I'm 31 now, where it's much different than a lot of my friends who are settling down, having kids, getting married, buying houses. And I'm very far off from all those goals. This lifestyle does have its drawbacks. It's a lot of fun, but I'm not really in one place for a long enough time to really commit to any long-term romantic relationship. The prospects of buying a house and or not having a kid or any of that stuff, But I think that I've decided that, I've become more aware of the fact of what I want. And I think that I just want to live a minimalistic life that doesn't have a lot of, time commitments to where I have to be, just really being free. And I think that having my life so conditioned and so programmed for such a long time, having steady jobs, going to school, going to university, all these things, just really uncoupling where I need to be and just doing the things that I enjoy. And I don't, I could totally see myself changing the next couple of years. Maybe I'll just get tired of partying. I mean, we'll see. I do love partying a lot. But, yeah, I guess I'm just telling you sort of why I quit music in the first place, and why I started to get back into it, and why I really see myself doing this for the indefinite future. So, anyways, thanks for listening to my ramble. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm about to head out to ARC pretty soon. So about to do sort of my first big travel filming, and I think I've learned a lot since the UNTS festival, and I think I might just do another revamp of that to make a shorter, more concise video. But anyways, whoever's watching, thank you for listening to the end, and we'll see you next time.